please join me in welcoming, I'm going to try not to cry. Oh. This man, I have loved and admired and respected this man for decades. And we have something to tell you about the next move in his career. But for now, please join me in welcoming Dr. Paul Elliott Cobbs. You are the music director and conductor for Tacoma Youth Symphony. Welcome back, my friend.
Well, thank you so much, and it's wonderful to see you again. I've always enjoyed it.
Well, thank you so much. Can we get his socks on sock cam, Cheryl? Are we able to do that? I think, oh yeah, maybe. Can we? There we go. Oh, I love that. We've got some Argyle polos here. Thank you for wearing snazzy socks.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
You brought with you this beautiful woman who was also your chauffeur today. I also knew that. Aliyah Euphenoord, you are the Tacoma Youth Symphony student soloist. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you. And rounding out the couch with hair to die for, Mr. Caleb Brumfeld. You are the Tacoma Youth Symphony student soloist as well. Caleb, welcome to Cityline.
Thank you.
Great to have you here. Well, let's get into it. Before we start peeling back the layers of why you're here, we have a wonderful video that really encapsulates, if people have never heard Tacoma Youth Symphony, they're going to hear it now. So go ahead and roll that beautiful orchestra footage. All right, well. All right, let's talk about Dr. Cobbs. We might as well get it out in the open. You are here today because you're making a change at Tacoma Youth Symphony Association. Tell us what the change is.
After 27 years as music director and conductor with the Youth Symphony, I am retiring.
Okay, we got it on tape, so now it's official.
Yes.
All the times that you threatened privately or said, I can never leave this organization.
Yes.
Boy, now you put it out there. How long have you been the music director?
27 years.
27?
Yes.
So 27 is a good time to stop, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Longer than any other music director.
Really?
So that's a record.
That is a record.
That's a record.
So besides you being at the helm the longest of any director, what is different about Tacoma Youth Symphony Association from other organizations that you have worked with?
What attracted me in the first place was the culture.
Yes.
You know, the culture is so welcoming and supportive. And that's something you don't see very often. Every now and then you see an orchestra that's welcoming, but they're not necessarily good.
Yes.
And then you have these excellent orchestras that are musically very fine, but it's a really bad culture.
Yeah.
We in Tacoma have an excellent orchestra and a wonderful welcoming culture.
I can tell.
You don't find that very often.
I love that. So you've spoiled every member for 27 years.
You have a relationship with every single one. I can tell you stories about these two.
Uh-oh.
I can tell you stories about any single other students, one of the students who are in the orchestra.
Well, so, okay, I think you should save those stories for a book, because that would be the perfect way to end your 27th career. Tell us about the final concert on May 18th, which of course is also Mount St. Helens Day. So tell us about this concert coming up.
It's going to be a fantastic concert. We open the concert with Verdi's The Force of Destiny. Oof. And it's an Italian opera overture with lots of excitement. Of course, in Italy, they like the love affairs, and everybody dies at the end, and what have you. The passion. We open with that, and then we recognize these two because they're concerto winners. Caleb will be doing the Hofmeister viola concerto, the first movement, and the Hofmeister Vienna Classical. in the time of Mozart. And then the Max Bruch Violin Concerto, third movement. And he's from Germany. That's very exciting.
I love that.
Intermission. And then I have two of my best friends, Carrie Rakoff and John Michel from Central Washington University. They'll be doing the Brahms double violin concerto.
My goodness.
And that was the very last piece for orchestra that Brahms wrote, and he wrote it for his friends. And we'll finish the concert with the Walton Spitfire. The Spitfire was the airplane in the Battle of Britain during World War II that changed the tide of the war. It's very heroic, lots of brass for those who like brass, but lots of strings too.
Yeah.
And then after the concert's over, we'll do an encore. And the encore is from Jupiter, hosts the planets.
Ooh.
And we've invited alumni to come and play. And they're going to be coming from as far away as New York and LA.
Oh my gosh.
And that's going to be wonderful.
That is a concert not to miss.
Yeah.
So, all right, Aaliyah and Caleb. Aaliyah, let's start with you first. How long have you been with Tacoma Youth Symphony?
For 6 years now.
6 years.
Yeah.
Caleb, how long have you been with them?
As of this year, 5 years.
5 years. My goodness. I mean, and so that's 6 and 5 years of having a full-time job with this orchestra, besides doing what you do. Aaliyah, what has it meant to you to be a part of Tacoma Youth Symphony Association?
Well, so I started participating in TYS when I was 11, and that was also the same year I started playing the violin. So I was fresh into this whole world of violin and orchestral music, and it was really, really scary for the first little while. And I remember after my first rehearsal, I went home and cried, and I was like, "Mommy, I can't do it. It's so hard." And looking back, I wish I could tell myself, you can do it, and you're gonna have such a fun time doing it. So I think that TYS has taught me that I can do hard things, and I can do it with a smile on my face and come out a better person on the other side.
And we thought it was about learning music.
Well, that too, of
Yeah,
course.
that too. Wow, that's impressive. Caleb, what has it meant to you to be a student soloist in this upcoming concert?
Well, I don't think it's been anything short of an honor to be selected. There's only 1 or 2 people each year that get this opportunity, and to do it with the Tacoma Youth Symphony is really amazing. One of the best youth symphonies in the United States or even the world.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stay with you for a second, and then Aaliyah, I'll ask you the same question. Both of you obviously are graduating next month. What lessons do you take from your time at TYS, as you call it, from Dr. Cobb's, and also what will you take in terms of going on to college? Caleb?
Well, I think the biggest lesson that all of us learn is that early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable.
I have that same saying in my house. Wow. That's a good one. What about you? What will you take with you that you've learned from Dr. Cobb, but also from this beautiful group that you've been in?
So definitely that.
It should be a t-shirt.
Yes, definitely. Also, I think I've learned a lot about valuing people for who they are. I have kind of a crazy last name. It's Uffinordi, and it's one of my pet peeves when people I know really well get it wrong. And so when I first met Dr. Cobbs, he asked me, "How do you pronounce your last name?" And I told him, and I said, "It's so annoying when people mess it up." And he was like, "Okay, well, let's fix that." So he had every single person in the orchestra say my last name. So, and I've never had a problem with it in TYS ever since that day. And so I think I've learned a lot about what it is to really know someone and value them, and how much that can enhance your music making together.
Oh, Aaliyah, I just had this vision of you in 20 years with your own symphony and doing the same thing with somebody's last name.
Thank
I
you.
love that. So, Dr. Cobb, let's talk about summer programs. What's coming up here?
Oh, do we have lots of summer programs. First of all, we have the Evergreen Music Festival, which has been going on for decades. We have 2 sessions. The first session is for younger musicians, grades 2 through 8. That lasts a week. And then the older session, grades 9 through age 21, will be held at Central Washington University.
Beautiful.
We have the Hammond Ashley Bass Camp, and we also have a jazz orchestra. I started that about 3 years ago. And I think you'd be interested to know that we were the opening act for Dolly Parton when she came.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we were the opening act for Dolly Parton.
Dollywood.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
She was wonderful.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
And it's all on our website. If you go on our website, you can see the dates and you can register. It'll be fun.
I have a huge question, my last question before I have to say goodbye to all 3 of you. Dr. Cobb, who would you like to thank one last time?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the former executive director, Loma Cobbs,
Yes.
because not only did I find a nice orchestra to conduct, I found a nice wife as well.
2 for 1.
Yes. And then all the wonderful people, the staff, and then the thousands of students who I've had the opportunity to work with
Yes.
and have enjoyed.
I love that. I want to take this next 30 seconds to tell you there are no words to describe what you have given to our children, generations of this city. The love of music is the love of people. It's the love of learning. It's the love of figuring out how to get along and work as a team. And that is something that everybody from ages 5 to 21 needs to learn. So I thank you so much for picking up your baton and teaching us those life lessons. And
You're welcome.
don't be a stranger, okay?
Okay.
You too. Thank you so much for your brilliance and greatness as well.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
more than welcome. We have much more to come on Cityline. Don't go away. We'll be right back.